Welcome back to The Road Show. Well, in the new year, a lot of us are focused on our health. And here now to talk food safety is Dottie LeBeau, a food safety instructor. Good morning, Dottie.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So nice to have you here. I know I've mentioned this on the show. I've talked to my friends about it. I have made a conscious effort in 2018 to really eat healthier. And I know that we're not even through 1 month already, but I am working on this. I am working very hard on it. And it's not an easy process, but I never really thought of approaching this from the aspect of food safety. I just think, okay, I need to eat this, not that. So really, what is a food safety instructor? Let's talk about your background and how you really help people, because I think I might need you.
Well, I retired from the Department of Health, the Center of Food Protection. I was a state inspector, and I used to inspect commercial kitchens, so it was restaurants, schools, hospitals, nursing homes, markets, assisted living. But I also taught the food safety classes at URI.
And let's talk about what it is you're doing specifically now in those retirement years, still working hard, of course, joining us right here on The Road Show. Day in and day out, what's your mission?
Well, my mission is to keep everybody in compliance so no one gets sick.
Right. And that is so very important. I think we think, okay, we've seen someone or heard someone tell us to do this, not that, of course, but there are so many things that go into food safety, aren't there? Many components.
Oh, there's a lot to it. A lot of people just think what they see on the plate is somebody in the back cooking.
Right.
But there's a lot more that goes into inspections and making sure that they have their temperatures, they're washing their hands, wearing their gloves. All that comes in. That's what people don't see.
Certainly seeing some video now of some of those inspectors at work doing their thing. And food really should be an enjoyable experience. Eating, dining, sitting down. We like to really immerse ourselves in the experience. We've heard the term foodie. People love eating. So let's talk about what type of people might benefit directly from what it is you're doing.
Well, people who are opening a restaurant for the first time, they would call me and I might look at a piece of real estate with them. I'd sit down and help them draw their blueprints that have to be approved at the health department. So I'll help them with that aspect. And then, of course, they have to take the food safety classes because people work in commercial kitchens have to have a health department license. They have to be certified in food safety.
Right.
And if they're not on the premises, then someone else has to be on that has taken the class and passed the national exam.
Right. Certainly watching you do your thing right there, I'd imagine this is very challenging work, but at the same time it must be endlessly rewarding because you really are, I guess the appropriate word would be accentuating, if you will, assisting these people, you know, allowing them to not only run their businesses, but to make sure that people are kept safe when they're having that dining out experience or eating whatever it is they may be consuming.
Exactly. Yes, people, it's challenging. It's a lot different doing the same thing as a consultant as when I wore that regulator's hat.
Right.
Before, you know, I had to really make them toe the line, and now it's like I can make suggestions, but I can just tell them what they should do.
Right. Well, you are making sure that we can all enhance our culinary experiences, and we thank you for all of your efforts.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need an assistant? Maybe I could work with you.
Oh, you want to carry my thermometers?
Yes, I have a bag for those. Thank you, Dottie. I think I just got myself a new gig, carrying Dottie's thermometers. Great tips for us to keep in mind throughout the new year.